The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with your hosts Jim Allen and Mary Johns.
Hello and thanks for joining us for Simply Southern. I'm Mary Johns.
And I'm Jim Allen. Farmers are always looking for ways to increase efficiency. Today we'll visit a poultry operation that hopes to cut costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
So our thoughts are with this system is that their end of the year cost is going to be less, but they can still grow an equally quality bird.
At 85 years old, Lucy Moore is still hand sewing stuffed animals at her family-run company, Lucy's Toys in Anniston.
You can get aardvarks and you can get zebras and anything in between. If I don't have it, I'll make it for you.
Sydney Phelps of Bonnie Plants will show you how to grow leafy greens and herbs year-round, regardless of the weather, and you never even have to go outside.
When we return, a ride in Gary Bordeaux's gyroplane isn't just a nice way to see Alabama's Gulf Coast. You get to take the wheel.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
A trip to Alabama's beaches tends to culminate with a cold drink, a little sunscreen, and a front row view of the warm Gulf waters. For the more adventurous, airplanes, helicopters, and even parasailing offer a loftier perspective of our state's coastline. But Gulf Shore's BeachFlight Aviation takes it a step further by actually putting its guests at the controls of some pretty unique flying machines. Gary Bordeaux likes to brag about the view from his office. His bright yellow flying machine is the centerpiece of BeachFlight Aviation, a popular stop for beach tourists looking for a change of pace from the usual surf and sand. Although the big rotor system on top suggests a miniature helicopter, Gary chose a somewhat less conventional aircraft to fly the friendly skies.
A gyroplane is similar to a helicopter but different. The similarity is it has this rotor up top that spins and creates lift. The difference is, in this aircraft, there's no power to that rotor other than just a brief period before takeoff to pre-rotate it or get it spinning to the proper RPM for us to fly forward down the runway like an airplane. So the propeller pushing back is doing all the work.
While smaller than most other aircraft, the gyroplane's design allows for smoother rides at lower altitudes with no canopy to impede the view.
These aircraft are very unique. They are for experiences of, I don't want all this around me. I want to see the views. I want to slow down. I want to be lower to the ground. I want to smell the steaks on my neighbor's barbecue.
Today, Gary has generously offered me the opportunity to take a spin around the coastline in his gyroplane, not just as a sightseer, but a student.
Unlike your sightseeing tour, where you sit down, shut up, strap on, get your camera out, let's go. The only activity you can do in these for a fee is to teach. So I'm an instructor, which means you get to fly the aircraft, not just sit there like luggage.
This is surprisingly tranquil. It is, isn't it? It really, really is.
Folks, Gary wasn't lying about his view. It's hard to imagine a better way to see our state's beautiful shoreline. At around 500 feet or so, we had an incredible view of miles of emerald Gulf waters, white sandy beaches, and even local landmarks like Fort Morgan.
That's pretty.
But as far as being a gyroplane pilot, let's just say I may need a few more lessons first.
All right, Jim, would you like to give it a try flying the aircraft? I will. All right, you may take the stick. I have it. You have the stick. Going left. Why don't you take me over to the middle of Little Lagoon here to our right? There we go. And let's straighten her out here. Why don't you take it? Okay, I got it. Well, that was the first time my stomach has turned is when I had my hand on the stick. Oh, goodness. Well, we don't want that.
Now don't let me discourage you folks. While some of Gary's students have previous flight training, many are getting their first taste of actually sitting at the controls of an aircraft. And like their instructor, they usually walk away wanting more.
It surprises a lot of people and it builds a lot of confidence, especially in young people who think, I can never fly. I get to live vicariously through the excitement of my new student coming in. And it's a gift. We all buy dusty little baubles for our shells and knickknacks, but you have a unique experience like this. Long after that bauble has been lost, you'll never forget going up with Gary in the gyro. This is a lifetime memory.
I've done a lot of things with this show. This is one of the better ones. Thank you. It really is.
I know some of you are always looking for an excuse to get back to the beach. So plan a few hours away from the Chase Lounge and make a once-in-a-lifetime memory. You can find all the information you need on Gary's website at BeachFlight.com.
Now, obviously, you had incredible views, but tell me what it was like to take the controls of that gyroplane.
Well, Mary, I've jumped out of an airplane. I've rappelled down the side of a building. Even been attacked by police dogs. And those few seconds I had at the controls were the most terrifying.
Well, at the very least, like Gary said, you've put another unique memory in that bucket of yours.
Seriously, it was a lot of fun.
Well, very good. Now, after the break, meet Lucy Moore, a North Alabama crafter who's been creating Made in America stuffed animals for over 50 years.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
They take you where you want to go, where you need to go, and sometimes where you thought you'd never go. If we're lucky, the road of life is smooth, and the curves are just part of the adventure.
All for a better life.
Enjoy your road. Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Pay your bill, file a claim, and more with the Alpha To Go app.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.